You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Pace Radio Show. We're live here at paceradio.net, and how is Tamara tonight?
I'm all right, I guess. I'm tired, but that's just a usual Wednesday because I do the stupid close last night, open today, and get zero sleep, and I'm a zombie. Other than that, I'm okay, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
You know, we've had a few storms. I heard you had some storms.
Yeah, we had some storms, and we went away for a few days, and one of those remnants of one of the storms came up through the south there in the U.S. It came through, and there were some like chilly, damp days, some cool nights.
Yeah.
I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't feel very good, and came home early. So,
to be fair, it's not that I haven't been feeling good, but I've had zero appetite for 3 days. In fact, even yesterday, my boss, when I came to work, she's like, "You lost more weight." I said, "I don't think so. Why?" She goes, "You look thin. You look tired." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, but I'm okay." Like nothing. Like, so we're telling you look tired and you look thin. Like, but yeah, I am tired today. But yeah, but I just for 3 days couldn't eat anything. Like just.
I couldn't eat nothing. I've been able to eat. I had some nausea and stuff, and some chill that wouldn't go away.
Right.
But yeah, no, I ate something, I think, as well.
Yeah.
That hasn't settled well with my system, and so hopefully I make it through the whole show tonight.
Right? But you did start that new medication not too long ago, too, right? So
yeah, I know, and everything's been pretty good, and right now, yeah, everything's a little off. So
maybe it could be just your body maybe adjusting to the whole new regime, maybe too. Like it could be all kinds of things, right?
Yeah. I know I ate something that I don't normally eat, but I have ate it recently in the past and didn't have any problems. Like, the only way you find out whether you can add anything to your diet is to try something, right?
You take the risk, right?
You're right. So I tried something recently and it went okay. So I tried it again.
Not so good.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that last week too. I went to it was Monday. It was the last time I ate. And I remember because I ate granola and yogurt and berries at Martin's, right? And it didn't, but that's probably like whatever. Yeah, like I just.
You probably thought you were doing good, right?
Yeah, like, and then I ate that. Yeah. And normally I can't eat yogurt. Well, normally I can eat yogurt, like if I just do it like once in a while. It's dairy though, right? I shouldn't eat dairy. And granola is like something that I don't normally eat, but they've got their. So yeah, anyway, but I had that and a coffee on Monday was the last time I ate anything until today, and it was just like, yeah, and I just like it wasn't like I felt sick. I just had absolutely like zero appetite, like nothing, like just even the sight of tried chewing something, and then like I couldn't like this even the texture. It was just like I can't eat this, and I spit it. I just had to spit it out. Like I was just like I can't do this. But yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I just smoked my cannabis to deal with the nausea.
Yeah, that's pretty much probably why I didn't feel sick because I've been smoking cannabis. Even at work, to the point that I can't even find my fucking vape pen right now. I'm losing my mind because that's what's probably been keeping me so I'm not feeling gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Like I've got my little corner in the store there, and I smoke both my vapes. Or my boss doesn't care because it doesn't smell. First of all, and then I'm not going outside to leave the store, right? And then the people don't see me standing outside smoking anything. And I've quit smoking cigarettes, to be honest. Like I don't smoke cigarettes anymore.
Oh, that's good. Right? That's good. It's great. Way to go.
Yeah, well, I'm not nicotine free because I'm still vaping, but I'm still not
Okay.
smoking.
Well, at least you're not smoking
No, I'm not getting the tar and all that other crap, right? Like I'm not, and I smell
the additives that go in
right,
in making the
right.
tobacco, such as
This
the
is nicotine. It's 20 milligrams nicotine, but then I can wean myself down to 10, which I do. Like I'll do an alternate, like, but then I seem to smoke more if I've got the 10 to kind of compensate for it. I guess maybe.
okay.
So I'm not quite ready to pull myself, like to wean myself down yet, but I'm trying. But I want to get off them because I've actually got a clear one too that has just flavor and no nicotine at all. So you can actually like wean yourself right off the nicotine, right? That's the whole
Right.
point of doing this. So I'm like this one here, and I've got another one that it's an 18 milligrams, so I can go like in between those two as well.
Well, you could maybe make your 18 as your standard one and still keep your 10. That
Yeah.
way you have knocked it down a little
Well,
bit
yeah, because you just
and
change these, right? And you just fill them with juice, like
yeah.
pod. Oh shit! I'm just gonna take this
Yeah,
stupid.
it's hard to see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this stupid thing off because it's just driving me crazy too. Because I don't need it. I don't care. Anyways, my room's not that bad today, and Alvin's not home. That's the only reason why I had that up too. Anyways, but see, it's like a pod, right? And then you have these little juice things that you
Yeah,
fill, right, with the nicotine. So you just
right.
get these little things, and they're like it's cheaper. It cost me $70 a month for all of this, and it cost my husband $600 a month to smoke. Like, you know what I mean? Like that too in itself.
Wow,
And
holy
you know how much pack of smokes have gone up?
smokes.
The cheapest pack of cigarettes in British Columbia right now, including tax, is $18.25 a pack.
So $20 a pack, basically.
And then the ones my husband smokes are $25 a pack.
$25
There's different ones.
a
And
pack.
Demories and exports and all the premium brands are $30 a pack. 29.75 for
What?
Claire.
What?
29.75. Not kidding you.
Oh my God.
And there are people that come in and buy Demories, and it's $53 for 2 packs of Demorie. And then the the snuff, like the little cans of snuff, like the skulls in the Copenhagen, those are $53.99 including tax.
Holy smokes.
Like they
Right.
have just nailed the smokers with taxes like you would not believe. And the tobacco companies, like reps come in and they're just rubbing their greedy hands together. Like because they're just getting fucking hand over fist rich because people cannot quit. It's a
Oh no,
really
yeah, exactly. Well, you've talked about that, how you got trying to go from 20 to 10.
right.
And you're
I
not
told
yet
him 6
ready to
months
let go of the
for a
20.
heroin
So
addict.
yeah.
Like, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm a heroin addict and this is my Suboxone. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking thing because I try going without and then I'm just got a headache and I don't feel good and I'm bitchy, just like fucking anybody that's coming off drugs.
Well, it's a withdrawal, right?
Absolutely. And you're sick.
Ah, it's
And
withdrawal.
the doctors told my mom that one of the reasons why my dad wasn't getting better because my dad had smoked for 80 years, right? Or not quite, probably 70
Yeah,
years, right?
yeah. Well,
Anyways,
60.
and
Give
right,
him
well,
until
he's
about 60.
83, so he said
Oh, okay,
he's
there you go.
13 or 14 years
Yeah,
old. So my dad
yeah.
had been smoking for 70 years, something, you know what
Sure.
I mean? And the doctors told my mom that was one of the reasons why dad was having a hard time with it, not so much his lungs, but he was withdrawing off the nicotine, and that was also causing issues with his kidneys and his heart.
Wow. Yeah,
Because of his
yeah.
age and because he had smoked for so long, and my dad smoked like Players Plain, no filter, his whole fucking life. Never seen any filter on
Ooh.
my dad's cigarettes, right?
Ooh, going full strength.
Yep, like hands down. So my dad's been a like and not a heavy smoker, but still a pack a day smoker for 70
Yeah,
years. And he had to just
that's
he
a lot
hasn't
of
smoked anymore.
smokes.
Since he was in the hospital for 5 months, my dad's no longer a smoker. But it caused
Oh,
issues.
that's good.
Yeah,
That's
but it
good.
did cause issues with
Oh,
his
yeah,
his
yeah.
getting
Now,
better.
but did those issues have they improved the fact that he's not smoking?
I don't know. I haven't seen him
It
because I haven't
doesn't.
got any time off to go see my parents. Right?
Right, 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 right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
I work too much, and this weekend I'm actually taking Sunday off because I'm actually a friend of mine's daughter's getting married, and I'm gonna go pretend to be hairdresser on do the bride's hair, and then I'm gonna be a bar,
right.
and then I'm gonna go play bartender and bartend
Oh,
for the reception. And I'm
that's
taking
good.
Sunday off to recover, so because I'll be up late. I won't be drinking, but
Mhm.
I'll still be up late, right? Because you can't drink and
Right,
smoke at
right.
the same time. So
Yeah.
to against
No.
you can't do that. So
Tonight, I've picked out a few things to talk about and discuss. Some of the things have to deal with children and cannabis, and they're through Treating Yourself magazine, being that they're online and everything that's free download. Why not check it out? And
absolutely.
yet again, I'm broadcasting to the TY Facebook page. So
And it's not like we don't know children that have we know
oh
Kelly
yeah,
that have used
and
cannabis and still, as adults, started using cannabis as children that are still using as adults now.
yeah, yeah, and I've been able to. I didn't bring this other one up, but I
I
could
could
have.
actually see if Cheryl's available. She might be able to pop in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe.
the one I got did you ever meet Storm, Georgina's son?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did in Toronto. I sure did. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
He was
Now,
because he was at TY that year with her.
yeah. She wrote a story, as they say, telling people's stories can help educate people, right? When it comes to cannabis. And that's what Georgina did by writing a story about Storm, her son.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then and she's a very talented artist. Did all her own
correct,
illustrations. Everything she did.
correct.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, she talks about the whole thing and the stuff that she had to go through and what he went through, uh, dealing with the pain.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Being hearing impaired too, right?
yeah. The hearing impaired. She says he would constantly rub his hands and feet, even in the infant stage.
Well, most of the children that we do know, like even like Maya, for example, Sarah
Mm-hmm.
was told that by the like she was, I think, 8. By the time they had exhausted almost everything that they could do,
Mm-hmm.
like at the hospital medically for her, and she literally was sent home, I believe, at 8 years old with a stint in her head, and was told basically to write up her palliative care. And Sarah went, "Nah, fuck you. I'm not giving up my daughter."
Right.
And she reached out for help, and out of that came Sean, who was in the process of actually uh, doing R&D and
Right.
took them on as patients, as well as somebody else from Calgary, and then ended up getting busted.
Right. Yeah. Then the big court case.
And then, yeah, so, and he lost his farm, he lost all kinds of his
Oh,
property. Anyways, at the end of the day, Maya's no longer with us, but she lived to be 15 years old almost. I think she was 15, 14 or 15. And yeah,
yeah.
so it gave them another, 7 or 8 years with her, and they gave her the best life that they could give her.
Right. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
literally, when they moved up north, the plan was just to grow and produce just for her, right?
Yeah.
And themselves, because I mean, they both had licensing too, because they both had medical issues themselves, right? And
Mm-hmm.
but they did, and Sean made the best CO2 extractions you've probably ever seen. Like it was just like the most clearest, purest
Yeah.
form that
Nice.
you could give a child. And they did. They would give her syringefuls, like sometimes thousands of milligrams. And she'd be happy and smiling. And it was like, you got her stoned out of her face. Who cares? Like, who gives a shit if she's stoned out of her face? She's smiling. She's happy. She's laughing. And she's not in pain.
It sounds like yeah, it sounds like a little bit of a quality of life improvement if
Well, let's
she's
put it this way,
smiling and happy.
right? They moved to Cranbrook, and Sarah
Um,
had to go do something. And so Mindy and I went over, my ex roommate, to take care of her because I couldn't take care of her myself because I couldn't lift her myself because she was bigger than I was, right?
mhm.
Her fun game was to throw herself off the couch and then lay on the pillow. We had pillows, and then lay there and laugh at you. Or get herself like crawl across the room because she couldn't, like, she wasn't physically able to move, like she couldn't walk. She was wheelchair bound, but I mean, like, she had like fused hands, her feet, and anyway, she would wiggle across the room like a little snake, and get herself in the closet and bang on the door when she's supposed to be napping, and just get herself into these wildest places. Like, yeah, so we had to like basically like put her on the couch for a nap because it was that time when they were going out, best time to get her to sleep, right? And basically watch her like a hawk because she knew she could play games with us because we didn't know, and she
Mhm.
did. And she knew, and that was the funniest thing about Maya is that she always knew, like, she just knew. It's funny. But
Yeah.
Storm too, like, I mean, he's now an adult, right?
Storm is an adult. Yeah, he had multiple synaptosis syndrome. I'm not sure if I um, said that right. I'll bring it up on the screen here. Yeah, it's right here in the dark spot there. Signs of multiple stenosis syndrome. Fusion of nasal bone and frontal process of the maxilla. Short filtrum. I'm gonna mess up some words here, okay? Multiple fusions of midphalangeal joints, fusion of elbow joints, fusion of carpal bones, fusion of tarsal bones. Those next words I can't even read. Um, yeah. Oh, wow. Um, apalasa of distal bone phalanges. Yeah, something to
Oh,
do with his fingernails. His toenails were affected. Limited forearm, a limited rotation of hips. All his bones
wow.
in his body were slowly fusing together, starting with the smallest, which included his hands and his feet and spine. Progressive to terminal, no treatment, no cure.
And
They
that's the
said
hardest thing about
he'd be
a
deaf
lot of
by the
times
age. What's that?
a lot of times with these children is that they're either a rare disease and there's no treatment. Same with Sophie
Yeah.
Jones too, right? The little girl out in Nova Scotia that's just turned 8. And she's
Yes.
right? Little Sophie Jones there. So, and she's also a friend of our, my husband, actually, Nick worked with my husband. That's how we know them.
Mm.
So, again, and but they're treating her with legal. They've been using the legal.
Legal cannabis. Yeah.
And so did the McKnights, too. That was the big catalyst, was Mandy McKnight and
Nanny.
Sarah,
Yeah.
right? But Mandy McKnight really started the fight with
Yeah.
licensed.
She was an intervener. She was an intervener in the Smith case,
Yeah,
which totally made sense because at that time you were only allowed to smoke cannabis. Here you've got a 5-year-old child with a license to consume cannabis, but you're only allowing him to smoke it.
yeah, right.
Hello.
So the McKnights too were a catalyst in a lot of this
Yeah.
when it comes to
Oh
children
yeah.
usage, right? And I think Liam just turned 16. Actually, I think I just seen recently that he just turned 16. His oldest sister just graduated from high school.
Yeah, I've seen all that. Yes.
They're doing, amazingly well too. And that's the thing. Like, if you can see the progress, which the medical field has, and that's what I
Yeah.
don't understand. Like, why are they still denying the fact that this is medicine? Like, why are they
Mm.
denying that when they see it right in front of their bloody eyes?
Yeah.
How can you
Oh,
deny
I
that?
know, eh? It makes you wonder.
I know that
Um,
Cheryl, well, she's actually on now. I
yeah.
just got a hold of Cheryl.
Um,
I said I'd text her to see what she was doing, and
yeah.
I go, well, you want to come on? We're talking about kids because again, like it's the same type of scenario, right? It
Yeah.
was the fact that, but Cheryl's got neurologists and doctors on board with some of the studies that she's been doing with her,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, like so maybe we're getting closer, Al. I
Yeah.
don't know. We never thought we'd see legalization. I'm not going to say that. I'm never going to see that Health Canada,
Yeah.
will recognize cannabis as medicine because maybe they will. Maybe someday they will.
Maybe well, now as far as Storm, further in the story, he says at the age of 12, Storm mentioned how he did not know how he was going to live his life of pain and pharmaceuticals, suffer, or be drugged out and sit on the sofa. Storm has always been so interested in everything. He did not want to sit on the sofa and play video games all day. So, yeah, they encouraged him to do what he wanted to do.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, like I said with Maya too, like, if Maya could have spoken, you could tell she could understand by her eyes, right, and her reactions,
Yeah.
but she couldn't tell you, and I know she understood because you could just like I said, you could see it, right?
See it, yeah.
You could
Like
just see it
it's
in
in
her
her
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah, and the way she'd react, like I said, she was laughing, she was smiling, she
Hmm.
had we had her at cannabis the 2nd annual cannabis cup that we have out here. That we had her, Sita, that we were all talking to her, we made that part of the cup just about her, and she knew that that was just about her, and she was just a little crown, and it was great to be and I think that they should be celebrated because like, she was 15 or 14, right? So her life isn't gonna be very long, let's let her have that beer,
Yeah.
or, or let her have that whatever, and let her do what she wants to do and let them live their lives because they don't know how much time they've got, right?
No, exactly. I'm just trying to find the spot in here where she talks about the first time that that she got him to consume cannabis. Because I know that it was in here because I remember reading it, going, oh, just not seeing it yet, but it's in here. But yeah, because she said that first time she had him consume it, she had him smoke from a bong.
Right?
Yeah, because
That's before we even had
this is years ago, right?
yeah, like, we didn't even have the vapes, like, we were using hot vapes.
No, we didn't have vapes or anything.
"Hey, we've got a guest."
Oh,
I told her we'll bring her in on the break, so I said she's got 10
all
minutes.
right. Okay, yeah, another 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yep,
All right. So they ended up, he got his license from Health Canada at the age of 15. And he also they said the first two compassion clubs she tried to contact, they didn't take her seriously. One could not believe that a 15-year-old had his license and never returned their calls. Finally, Calm did, and that would be Neve and Amy. So yeah, they obviously found benefits with his cannabis use,
right?
and yeah, he continued on with that. Now in that um, show's coming on after the break, I'll go to the end of all this before we're shut down and let you know an update on things. But it was good to see that uh, Georgia went this way and was
Well, so
able to
many
yeah.
parents
And
we have to think of
she
the mindset of a lot of parents, like, they're all, like, healthy and young, and nobody smokes weed, and when they do, they all quit when
mm,
they're pregnant, right? Never mind thinking that they might use it for medicine. Like,
yeah,
when I was younger, when you were younger, like, we weren't consuming for medical
no,
purposes, right?
no. And then from her experiences, and her experiences and other people's experiences, Georgia Tunes went on to all great artwork that she was putting into Treating Yourself magazine.
Right? And
Yeah,
that she
yeah.
sold it, and she was able to sell it, which she, needed to because she was coming to a time when she was having some medical issues as well with herself and couldn't work,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
She was
yeah,
having I'm not sure where she's at now because last I heard she was having, like, eyesight issues, wasn't it? I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah. Now, as far as so, I went. I thought, okay, well, where's Storm now? Like you went through a lot. Went through a lot and all that. And so I went to his Facebook page and found out that he is now the owner and operator of a business.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. And
oh,
here, let me just take this, change this around here. And he's an owner operator of a business. And where did it go? Oh, there it is, right there. And it's called Um, one last step. Hold the bench. Flow Microbiological Science Inc. And what it is, it's all, he says, as it says here, nature speaks, we listen.
So he's into
It's into
ecological.
research, exploring the possibilities of fungi for mind and planet, data, navigating the mycelium, and reading between, I feel whatever that is.
Myceliums.
Yeah.
So he's working with microdosing. With
Microdosing fungi and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
well, like I said, there's other benefits besides the psilocybin that we classify as
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Lion's mane and all kinds of different fungi actually are
Exactly.
beneficial for all kinds of different use for the
Yeah.
body. And they're
Yeah.
really finding that out, right? Like, so yeah, like I wouldn't suggest that. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah. Like,
Wonderful for him to get into.
yeah, exactly. I'm so used to seeing pictures that show up on my news feed of, him fishing or something, right?
Right.
So then I thought, okay, I was going through treating stuff and looking at different things and saw Storm's story, so I figured I'd discuss it. And I thought, okay, well, what exactly is he doing? And I opened up his Facebook page and saw that he had started this business, and I thought, wow. And I started reading into it, right? And I think this is fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
Flow Microbiological Science Inc. doing research and everything on fungi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. And a lot of times, like I said, whatever calls you, right? And that's the
Yeah.
thing. There are certain things that call people and they do it for a reason. And that's awesome. And so many
Yep.
people do, like, I think maybe like the more woke of us, the ones that's, that use like cannabis as medicine too. But I'm like I said,
Mhm.
I'm not a natural, just, like I don't go to the health food store. I don't eat granola. Like I'm not a
Mhm.
healthy, like,
Yeah.
like I smoke cannabis. I take my farmers because I have to, or I wouldn't be getting up and I wouldn't even be sitting up. Honestly, like I said, you and I've had this discussion before about we've tried everything natural we could before we had to tap, right? And
Right.
it's a matter of tapping because we had no other options. And I hate to say that. I was the last person that wanted to tap and have to go to the damn doctor and get pharma meds, right? But I did.
Right.
So
Right.
here we are, right? But this also is my medicine because if I have to use it too.
Yeah.
I, it goes hand
Mm,
in hand with it, right?
yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
I don't eat granola. I don't eat anything, to be fair. But but I mean, I'm not a healthy eater. I don't jog. Like I'm not, I don't go to yoga.
Mhm.
I'm not a healthy person. Like
Right. So Storm does cultivation consultation. He does customer formulations with labs and stuff. Full customer experience service. Yeah. Species identification, stuff like that. So he's doing different things.
that's awesome. Well, and like
Yeah.
if there's nobody willing to risk doing that, because it's a risk, what he's doing, if you know what I mean.
Well,
Like
like you say, you don't have to be doing um illegal mushrooms like psilocybin
no,
based mushrooms.
no, but I'm just
Our
saying, like, if
sponsor.
that's right, if that's added into the mix, that's a risk. Just like
Yeah.
we all did when when we were out advocating for cannabis before it was legal, what we were doing was we were taking a risk too, because a lot of people I didn't have my paperwork when I first got started. I didn't
Mhm.
have those pink papers to stand behind. I didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of us, it took a long time and it was hard to get them.
Yeah. Well, I know that Limestone City Hydroponics as well as BMA, mushroom spores are legal to sell.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rest of it.
Right? Yeah.
Is the
I
questionable
mean, that's
part.
the
Yeah.
thing, we sold the mushroom kits at Top Crop when I worked
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Well, there you
There
go.
was no magic ones, but we had the lion's manes and the shiitake
Yeah.
and all of those, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you can buy those
Yeah. Yeah.
for
And
sure.
that's what you'll see in our ads, in our second set of ads today, uh,
Yeah,
commercials, promos, whatever. That one of our sponsors, Steve, there, that you look at the wording on there, and it shows lines, mane, and all different kind of legal mushrooms that he puts in his product that to
I
help
took
you.
that to my rheumatoid specialist and asked her what she thought. She poo-pooed it. All of it. There's
Oh,
like,
I'm sure she did.
yeah,
Yeah.
she poo-pooed it. And I thought it was odd because she's South African, so I thought maybe she'd be a little more open-minded to it. But my general practitioner my GP was like, "Oh yeah, I've heard some great things about these mixtures." She says, "Why don't you give it a shot?" Like, and I wasn't talking about it for my rheumatoid or any. She just for general health. She goes, "Yeah, give it a shot." She goes, "I've heard great things about them." So my GP was okay and on board, but my specialist is like, "That stuff it's snake oil," and I'm just like, "Really?" Like, okay.
So, just quick question before we go to break. Did you send Cheryl the link?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. I don't have to look after that. Good stuff. All right, after break we'll go. When we return, we're going to have a guest. Cheryl Rose is going to come on. We've got a couple other children's stories here because children's stories always can tell, a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 3-year-old. They're not going to be, like you're going to doubt that the cannabis is helping them when you can see the benefit that it is. So, all right. Other than that, we'll see you shortly. Bye-bye. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net. Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420.
Are you looking to get your medical cannabis grow license? Limestone City Hydroponics can help patients through the process of obtaining their license to grow medical cannabis. What's that? You don't have a doctor. If you meet the medical criteria, Limestone City Hydroponics has a nurse practitioner who can assess and provide medical cannabis prescriptions. What are you waiting for? Contact Limestone City Hydroponics at limestonecityhydroponics.ca or call them at 613-548-0420.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Cannabis edibles are an effective way to manage pain and other ailments, especially when you deal with your trusted partner, Legacy 420, in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. You see, we lab test every product on site to ensure proper dosage every time, which is critical when consuming cannabis edibles. All Legacy 420 edibles are made by our classically trained baker and chocolatier, and we also have super tasty vegan options.
Our baker has been in the industry for 25 years. She's also a chocolatier. Everything from savory to sweet, your chocolate bars, brownies, butter tarts, you name it, we make it.
Talk to our knowledgeable Cannatex about our incredible variety available. Give your trusted partners a call. Legacy 420 out on your road.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net. Hey, we're back and something is falling downstairs. Falling down upstairs. Big crashing noise.
Something's rolling down. Is that the dog?
Yeah, Gail said something about the dog.
Well, I've got this big lump sitting behind me because if not, she'd be sitting at the door whining, right? Like just howling, like. And then it's just a nightmare. I've got two big dogs and 6 little dogs on my bed every night. It's a good thing Alvin's working, I guess.
That doesn't sound good.
So are you okay? You want to go check?
I think no, the gal's dealing with it.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe that she got into the cat's food and knocked it off the.
Well, that happens.
We have it up because the dog eats cat
Yeah,
food, right? So we put it up.
Oh, there she
Yeah.
is.
There she is.
There she is. There she is. Hi.
How you doing?
Hey, what are you doing? We need, we were talking about kids. She's like, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about children's night and cannabis, and I picked out some stories out of Treating Yourself magazine on on some kids, and so we just had Storm. Do you know Storm? Georgia Tunes.
I do. I know them. Yes. Yeah.
So
awesome.
We're just talking about them because Storm is now like got his own it's not fungi.
It's a microbiology. It's called flow microbiology. It helps with cultivation, research, so on and so forth.
You're on the cannabis end of things. That's how you kind of came up. And I'm thinking, well, Cheryl's got, because we were talking about the fact that maybe one day cannabis will be recognized as medicine by Health Canada, and how close we might be getting, and that you actually have some research and some actual like neurologists on board helping. So then all of a sudden I was like, hey, I'm going to text her. And I did. There you are. That's how you got her.
Yeah, I remember Storm and his mom, Georgia. His mom is an incredible artist. She actually did a beautiful picture for Haley, like way back, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we still have that for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome that Storm's working with mushrooms.
Yeah, with the fungi and the things and
different kinds.
Yeah, because like when his story, it was a very rough story and battle, with his condition. And I like I said to Tamara, normally I see him, fishing pictures on my news feed, right? And so I was really surprised to see that he started this business in 2022, so 2 years ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was good to see, we started and see where he's in, just like when we've had you and Haley on and we've talked about, Haley's progressions over the years and how things were in the beginning. And, last time that you guys were on the show, we had quite the conversation with Haley.
Oh, yeah.
She's been out partying. She can leave the house and go out partying and raving. Stuff's going on. Yeah.
And since
really?
then, she's had we didn't have to put her into a wheelchair in a vehicle. We could use cushions in the vehicle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And which is huge because it's been years and years since that.
Yeah.
And most recently, I haven't actually even posted it on our page yet about it because I wanted to see consistency in the results in that, and because we are now it's well over a year now with her raw cannabis, and so Haley in 2018 was the last time Haley could have a shower because of the sound of the water and vibration. She now can shower. Now,
wow.
We do use inner earplugs.
Sure.
Okay. No problem. So.
Yeah. And that's all just an aid that helps her to be able to have that shower.
Well, the sound of the water, so taps running and things like that, or even when she goes to the bathroom, anything like that, rain is problematic and will actually trigger seizures. What we found is when the actual shower head's on, it's a little better than just the running water. But up until, it's been a long time coming, trying to build this back. And now, she does still have to have inner earplugs, but she hasn't been able to be in an actual shower. Only pre-run baths. The bath, then she's got to leave the bathroom. Then I can drain it because of the
Right.
sound. So now, I mean, we've got about a month now where she's actually able to shower, and it's repetitive,
Nice.
and we're
Wow.
seeing this, and it's big because it sounds so silly and so small, but when you've absolutely lost the ability to in any way jump in a shower, sorry, if you've lost the absolute ability to do that, being able to now be able to stand up in the shower and actually wash your hair again is
Right.
a totally different thing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's it's all progression. Just like the last time you were on the show, that day you were celebrating. She was able to ride on the train,
On the train,
the sky train,
with her. She wasn't. When the
I
heck
think,
were
I
we
think
last
there's
on
some.
here?
What's that?
I'm like, how long ago was that?
Well, it's probably been like 3 or 4 months since you and I even chatted right before Neil passed away. I think it was the last time I talked to you. It's been a while, but yeah, because you guys were
You were the last time that you were actually on our show. At that time, Haley had the she was doing testing, and it looked like I asked her what kind of hat.
Oh my gosh, it's been a while. Okay.
She was all wired up.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, that
so like that's where are we now with she's been eating micro sprouts because
somebody wanted to say hello.
Hi, honey. You look beautiful.
You just got it. Okay, yeah.
You got the one little thing right here. There you go.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Look at you. How's it going? Good. So yeah, it's been a while since you've been on the show. So yeah, like you've been on my show, but you haven't been on Pace.
Yeah, I haven't been on this one in a while. So how are you doing now?
Good.
Yeah.
You like the fact that you can shower now? I was just telling you now you can shower now.
Plus, I can even watch fireworks now.
Oh yeah!
Oh wow! That yeah.
Your mom put pictures up.
So you she would wear the earmuffs for the fireworks, right?
Okay, so no, actually, fireworks are all about lighting.
Okay, because they get pretty loud. Yeah,
it's not the sound for the fireworks; it's actually the light.
Light, right? Yeah, the sparkling,
the flickering of the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last time Haley was able to see, so we saw them on July 1st, and the last time Haley was able to go to the fireworks and see fireworks without a seizure was 2007.
Wow.
That's 17 years.
Right?
Yeah.
How were you, Haley? What did you think of those fireworks? Did you really love them?
Did you love the fireworks?
Yeah. Did you really love the fireworks? Yeah. And how many colors were they?
Not that many. Yellow, blue, green, red.
Right on.
Right on.
Orange. Some looked like they were in the shape of hearts.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? That's awesome. So you really had a good time. That's terrific.
We have water running, so that's why she's got them on.
Okay, all right. So is there so I guess all fireworks visually shouldn't have a problem with anymore. There weren't some that might be a trigger.
So there is still a little bit of light issues when it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's a little bit of light issues when it comes to like single lights, as in a police or an ambulance singular vehicle. Those are because they're more of there's not an arrangement or so that's a little bit more, still a little problematic. So, but she's aware of it. But I mean, we took her into a bar and had lights moving all over, shapes, lights in the dark.
Did you have a beer?
Oh yeah, and a night, and we actually took her to a club as well.
Did you have a beer? Did you have a drink?
No, she can't drink alcohol because of
I
all
could
the
drink
pharmaceuticals.
I could drink non-alcohol, but not
Yeah,
alcohol.
you have a cocktail then? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I can't
Yeah,
drink either. All the meds that I'm on too. So I drink
yeah.
mocktail too. I can't drink either.
I can't drink alcohol either, Haley. So we'd be sharing the same type of drink. There's no doubt
We're all
about
just
it.
a bunch of potheads, remember?
We all smoke weed.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
we
we don't-
smoke different ones, right?
Because of our medications and stuff, because we're sick too, we're patients too, just in different, I can't drink. It makes me really sick. So.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't drink either. So.
And I'm okay
Yeah,
with that.
you know, and like if Gail and I go out someplace, they always ask you if you want a drink, and I just say water, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have a pop. Like I'll drink a Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
It's my equal little thing. But usually it's just orange juice or a juice or something. I can't drink anything orange juice. But every once in a while, like today, I crave one of these little carbonated things, and I'll be, paying for it later. But
yeah.
some sugar today. I really did. It was like, oh my God, I'm gonna faint. But yeah. So I'm so glad to hear that you're like, out doing stuff, and that's so much better quality of life and everything else. Like,
Big thing. Now, are you still you were now the last time? I don't know what it was on. Yeah, it was something you brought up on Tamara's show, and you were doing microgreens. Did you?
Oh yeah, we got all the doctor's letters. We're just waiting on the final one. It's taken him a little bit. He went out of town for a little while, but we got approval from her entire medical team. So for the microgreens and the request letters for the government for them, and as well as for all the nutritional testing and everything like that.
You got all that for them?
Oh yeah, it's time to grow.
And that's the thing, like, but it's not growing. It's like 14 days, yank, 14 days, yank.
Yeah.
Trim, and 5 months later.
Pretty much, yeah. A little bit longer than that, but not much longer than that. Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's done.
And it sprouts. That's so good. I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh,
yeah. So do you have to put in a request? Like, are you looking at that to be able to put in a request to be able to?
I'm already in talks with Health Canada.
Oh.
Yeah.
To get multiple.
Already connected.
Right. Good. Nice.
Working on it.
Yeah, because I know that we're talking about where could you get
medicine, and this is gonna fit.
At that time you're talking about needing thousands of seeds.
Thousands, yes, absolutely.
It's not like 10 or 12 seeds. Thousands of seeds.
You betcha.
10,000 a month.
It's where do I have the amount?
Or is it more than that now?
I did all the numbers. We did all the went over all literature, went over all tests, went all over current tests, past tests, looking for averages. So we have good.
Don't you have a bunch of funky seeds left over from the sunflower that we could use?
Well, I sure hope so.
They had seeds they were sending us, right? Us like for all those years.
Yeah. I need a lot more than they were willing to send, but
oh yeah, I'm sure you did.
Okay, 1 second here.
Yes, there was.
I'm just looking it up. 1 second.
There's a mission.
Tell you approximately. Yeah, it's a lot when it comes to, but I mean, you're getting the fiber. I'm looking at insoluble, soluble fiber, because that is very key in our gut brain health.
Yeah.
Right. Very important in our gut brain health. Also, it can make a huge impact on somebody who has trouble with digesting different things, right? And it does impact the amount of soluble and insoluble fiber within the plant in the microgreens can have it actually it's indicated very positively, but we got to test it.
You're right,
Who
right.
would be a test subject for that is somebody like me who can't eat anything green because it runs through me solid.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
exactly.
I eat a piece of lettuce and it just yeah, I can't even
Oh,
eat it.
really? Yeah.
No beans.
I'm
Can't eat
good
Brussels
romaine.
sprouts. I can't eat broccoli. I can't eat peas.
How are
Anything,
you with juices though? Or
I
juices?
anything green, I can't.
No,
I'm
hey.
fine with apple juice. I'm fine with orange juice. I'm fine with like V8. I like V8. I can drink V8, but I cannot do anything with any green. Celery juice. I don't know. What about you, Al? Do you have issues with that?
Yeah, well, I can have romaine lettuce to stay away from the watery stuff as far as the iceberg lettuce.
But you could do like,
Um,
you could do a micro like even like she's talking about these micro right? That would be just a small amount of greenery, but that would be enough greens and fiber that we'd need for our diet that we're lacking because we can't eat it, right?
I've grown and eat my own microgreens.
Yeah, your own microgreens, right?
Yeah.
Are
yeah.
you, Tamara, able to consume microgreens because they're of the less chlorophyll than actually in the large
I've
plant?
never actually had any to try because I just stay away from anything green. So I couldn't tell you. I can't eat bean sprouts, like the bean sprouts you get within Asian food. I can eat those because they're not green.
How
Right?
about alfalfa sprouts?
Was it the chlorophyll then that maybe?
Yeah.
Alfalfa sprouts?
Alfalfa sprouts. They don't know. I don't eat those either because they're green. I just stay away from it because anything green hurts me.
Green.
Well, it's like I said, it just hurts. Like it hurts too. It's the only time.
Hurts.
Like let's
This
put it that way.
doesn't break it
Remember in
down.
Ottawa, Cheryl, and I was stuck in the bathroom for like 4 hours because I had had a
Yeah.
salad at that silly restaurant that
Oh,
we
yeah.
were at. I had a Caesar
Yeah.
salad. That's what killed me. Was the damn lettuce.
And the thing about lettuce too, it can get stuck. Just so
Yeah.
you know. It
Yeah,
can plug a
and
hole.
I just can't. So anything like that is just I just stay away from it, and I have for years. But it's detrimental to my health. I should be taking all these supplements like iron and I don't take anything, right? Vitamin B and vitamin C. They always want me taking these stupid vitamins, and I don't take any of that.
Well, you can make your cannabis butter and just leave your cannabis in the butter mix, and that way you're still getting your greens.
I can't eat it. That's why I can't eat it.
Oh.
It's green.
But then when you make cannabis butter, you end up with the greenish,
That's why I shock mine twice with ice water because then it turns it more into a ghee and it takes a lot of the chlorophyll.
Right. Okay. Take that out of it, eh?
Yeah. So maybe it is the chlorophyll, maybe but anything. It's like I said, it's anything green. I can eat potatoes. I can eat carrots. I can eat turnips, like raw things, and I actually like them. And yams, yams and sweet potato, but I cannot eat anything green. It just goes.
When you're doing the microgreens, Cheryl. Now, as far as I don't know whether you're just growing them and testing them, or were you actually growing them and Haley was consuming them and testing it that way as well as
so I did a small sample set.
Yeah.
I did a sample set for her to eat. So it wasn't the full portion, but I wanted to get a feel because we didn't have all the numbers and everything at the time, right? I wanted to get an idea of palatability. Was she full? Was she still hungry? Were there any stomach issues? Things like this in order to really get it. Was it something to consider? Because the whole way is this realistic? Is this able to be consumed? Is this meeting what we suspect is and what the evidence is indicating? Does it actually meet the criteria of what we need? And it does.
Now you said a little more than 14 days, so at that point, obviously it's only a little wee thing like this.
Yeah. Like alfalfa sprouts.
Yeah, like a Brussels. So there's no concern about any other end of things. People always say, "Oh, it's cannabis, and you're giving it to the kids or whatever." But this way is a way that you can consume it. There is no factor, the euphoric concern or anything like that. But you're getting all the nutrition value from it.
Yeah, and because the plant is still so young, it doesn't require any fertilization and all this other, to my knowledge, because it's so young.
It's in this, yeah, it's in the seed. That first week or two.
Exactly. It's
yeah.
all the nutrients it's already got for the first little while, right? So
Right. Now, would you like obviously Haley ate them, so I mean, Haley, did they taste fine to you?
Did you like the microgreens when you ate them?
Yeah.
They taste like. They
What do
taste
they
like.
taste like?
They just taste like lettuce, kind of.
Right?
They're
Like,
just like real.
are they kind of spicy? Do they have a bit of a spice to them? Do they taste like a bit of a wrap?
flavor?
Just like plain lettuce. You know those lettuces that are round that you get from stores, right?
Yeah,
iceberg
not a.
It just tastes like that.
Oh, okay.
Except picture it as really small, tiny, thin ones.
Oh, awesome.
Because they're microgreens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because I was kind of maybe picturing it would taste, because, when you eat a cannabis leaf, it kind of has a bit of a spicy taste to it, right?
Too
Like
young to have that intense. The intensity is not there.
Right. So that's why I was wondering, like, does it
Yeah.
have that flavor to it? Because if you eat a bud or if you eat a mature plant or a more mature plant, it has that
bitter
spicy kind of like, taste to it, right? When you make canna butter, it's got a more of a nutty kind of flavor to it, right? So, like more of a your flavor, right?
My microgreens, they've got flavors to them. So I'm going to assume that,
I have a feeling there's probably a little bit of a flavor, but I haven't actually bought different microgreens for her. Like, I didn't do sample sets where, hey, compare this flavor to the. I will, but I haven't yet kind of done like a real comparison for her to say, oh, well, this one's more like this, right?
Right.
I think a lot of what her opinion on her comparison is based on the fact that she also has the juice, right, which is more bitter, and you do have to, it is definitely more bitter than the microgreens are much more palatable.
Yeah, easier to eat. It's I would say but the juice, as far as value, as far as medicinally, would probably be better than the microgreens. Or
I worked out it to be equivalent dosages for the doctors to prescribe.
Yeah.
So that what the juice is equivalent to what the microgreens are, and they're both realistic.
Yeah,
people would consume.
Good, because if you could get that benefit from microgreens, and everybody says that the juice, like you just said, bitter. People are always complaining about the taste of it. To go to microgreens, obviously, would be a quicker, and if it's even if it's not quite as beneficial, even if it's still got a huge benefit.
I would think because you're getting the root compound too, because a lot of people swear by the roots, right? Like that's one thing. Another thing that everybody was going.
Yeah, I don't eat the roots of the microgreens.
So you grind the root up after the plant is done being harvested, and you wash the root off, and you grind that up. You dry it up and you grind it up, and you can use it in salves and different things.
Yeah, when we harvest the microgreens, we actually trim them. Like they're cut. We're not actually taking the root.
Yeah.
So you can go back, or are you just cutting it off and then starting over?
I had just cut it off, but the John Burfell's actually I had asked him to work on that, because for myself there's a lot involved with it. I've done all the preliminary stuff. We know what the standards are, we know what the expectations are, we know what the protocols are, and we know where the values are, what we need. I need somebody to finish organizing that. And I mean, what we're going to do is going to be a little bit of a project.
yeah, exactly. No, it's
it's thousands and thousands of seeds.
Yeah, big time.
Well, when you think about every little, you go and you buy your container of alfalfa sprouts, right? Mm-hmm. And think about the fact that if you were to pull apart every single little sprout and count every little single sprout, you're going to have thousands.
Yeah.
Right.
Water trust, like microgreens, Like if you buy it, it's a bit like it's a, you know, but there's like thousands and thousands of tiny little seeds in that package, like thousands of.
Well, I'm
How
even
many-
just thinking of
I
the ones that
one last
are
night
already
on the
grown.
table.
Oh yeah, I'm just thinking about like when you actually are, they're already grown and you go to eat them, and people don't realize that they're like, oh, why do you need so many seeds? Well, go
It's
get your little box of alfalfa sprouts and sit there and
Yeah.
count them out, and then come talk
Yeah.
to me about that.
Big time.
Because
Like,
it's,
like
you know.
when I sprinkle them out on the mat, I started out in Pro Mix, and the last ones, I put them on a hemp mat, and yeah, there's lots of seeds there. So, mind you, a cannabis seed is bigger than some of those seeds that I've been seeing. So.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, ladies, we've got to go to a
Oh,
commercial
he's doing
break, and I
different
think I
types
got to
of
go let the dog in. I'm hearing noises. So.
Oh my! I just sent Taylor to let me know.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna pay the commercial, pay our bills. When we return, we'll continue our microgreen and whatever the conversation leads to from there, and we'll talk to you shortly. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net. Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, open Monday to Friday from 10 till 7 p.m. or by chance. Check out our flags, our t-shirts, plus our hats, and look of that supply of rolling papers, plus much more. We've got bongs and your favorite herbal vaporizers. Look at all the incense we have, as well as for those who collect knives, check out these knives in our collection. And while you're here, stop in to see Shay at the piercing room, where you can get poked by Shay. Daily deals, check them out. Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford, Ontario.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20 is so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partner 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420 enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyndonega Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net. Welcome back, and here's hoping you're having an awesome day. Right? Okay. I've just while the commercial break was running there, I went and grabbed some packages of microgreens.
Very nice.
And like these things are really tiny. Tiny.
Yeah.
Seeds. And then you got these things that are just like friggin', I don't know.
Beans.
Yeah, they're huge, right?
Yeah, those are really good sprouts too. Really healthy sprouts.
I have a jar with the screen, and I actually grow those. Yeah, because I can eat
What
those.
What does it taste like?
We'll have to get some. Hey, Haley's like, what kind of microgreens are they growing?
Yeah.
Those are
Are
peas.
you add in a
Those
bunch
are-
more?
Is it
Yeah.
is that flax? What is it? What was the other one? Flax?
This was flax, and the other one was chickpeas.
Chickpea, yeah.
Garbanz, yeah, chickpeas. Now there's other ones as well. That are over there.
Broccoli,
These I got.
kale.
Yeah,
I get the watercress, right? And the watercress are like super small, little tiny seeds. And then I also get a sandwich mix, which has got radish and a bunch of other different ones.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's got like
Yeah.
arugula and something else in it too. But I've got those, like I haven't grown those ones for a while because I just haven't. But I bought the seeds last year. But we had them with a jar, right in the screen, and then you just shake the screen and you put and they go in a jar.
Yeah. I've never done them in the jar, and just the mat.
You were talking about that how long ago, Cheryl? We're growing them in the jars.
Oh, listen, I had such a nightmare with jars.
So you haven't got any grow tips
I
then?
killed a ridiculous amount of
That's why I haven't done them, because I can't grow them in the jar.
I had to figure out how to grow microgreens, cannabis microgreens. I went through so many high tea. I'm so thankful for the donations because I had to learn how. And then we got our sample set, and the first sample I actually did with just with Coca Core and Promix.
Yeah, that's what I used. Was just I just used Promix first time. I used just regular, non-cannabis seeds. But you've got me curious. I'm gonna have to try it. Of course, now that I'm growing microgreens,
you gotta try it. Seriously,
you gotta try it.
Yeah,
you just throw them right on in your salad, on your sandwich with all the rest of them that you're eating.
Well, I add them to my rice, as well as
don't cook them. They have to stay raw.
Correct.
I mean,
I add them to my rice after my rice is cooked.
Oh, okay. I'm like, don't cook them.
Like, yeah, that's what I like. The sprouts, like the Asian ones, you put them on your ramen, right? So you could do the same thing with those. Just put it right on your noodles.
Oh, yum! Yeah.
Yeah, no, I cook my rice, put it on the plate, then I add the microgreens to it. So
yeah,
nice.
And the same with spaghetti. I'll add it to my spaghetti. You know.
Do you like seaweed, owl, or fish?
No, kelp.
Because I was going to say we have all those like kelp flakes and stuff that the Asians put on their rice, but yeah.
No, I don't like the kelp and that.
Like
no.
Kale.
I can eat that green. I can eat seaweed chips. That doesn't bother me. Believe it or not, it's green.
In color.
It's from Korea. Who knows what it's made of?
They come in microgreens. You can do microgreen broccoli.
Yeah, I did my
Can you eat broccoli microgreens?
I can. Yes.
I've never had them.
And I have.
They'd be very dark green, I'm thinking. They'd be very green.
Mine were mixed in within a salad. Because you can buy the packages that are salads, right? The radishes. Like I went, wow, holy smokes, really?
Mixes and all
I love radishes.
Oh yeah.
A bit of a bite to them, and you could pick them up because they had the red stems and slightly red stems in them.
You know, beet.
Yeah. Okay, I remember looking at some pictures of
beet
some.
Microgreens are supposed to be good for your heart and your circulation. So, but like beets or something else that are supposed to be super good microgreen. Yeah.
Well, hemp microgreens actually. And this information is based on a published paper.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question, Mommy?
What?
How did I eat them before?
We just did a sample. You just ate a bunch of them with a little bit of olive oil, like a salad, like a mini little salad. So she could have them in a salad as a little side salad, on her sandwiches, however.
Yeah.
Shoot, what was I saying?
You were talking about what they were saying about what people say about the microgreens. Kind of usually people have said about them.
No, I'm missing something there. This is up there. I don't know.
Sorry.
That happens. That's okay. That happens. That happens always. But it's no, because it's something that if it could become.
Oh, I know what it was.
All right.
Okay, so
based
on a this is a published paper, respected thing. This guy's name is Cheston, and he's at Louisiana State University, and he had written a paper, and it was actually when it came out a couple of years ago. When it came out, it was actually the first one in a very long time since there had been any actual studies on, and he used hemp and studies on hemp as, in the microgreen stages. So his is the most recent one as of a couple of years ago. I'm hoping there's more coming out.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I saw yesterday on the Euro News, because they had a big thing on cannabis in Germany, because Germany has now legalized. And apparently there's several studies being done in Germany about medicinal cannabis, and also in the Netherlands. So with legalization happening now in Europe, because of Germany is like doing it kind of like Canada, but not really. It's more medicinal in Germany. Same within the Netherlands. I heard now because I watch different news networks, but on the Euro News there was a great big thing about medicinal cannabis being studied in Europe and the Netherlands. So that's
excellent.
Excellent, good stuff.
Excellent. So what what the previous paper had, and then what his paper had, they both talked about, like with the hemp microgreens, the proteins and the minerals that are actually found in it, and as well as they'd also done the cannabinoids and stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's all pretty much, pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say it's exactly the same, but I am going to say that it absolutely warrants further investigation into the varieties between them and the nutritional components and nutrients within the actual plant flora.
That makes sense, because it's all based on the same plant, right?
It's only this big.
It's only this big.
Yeah.
The cannabis doesn't break into being indica or sativa and start producing trichomes in flower, right?
Well, I already know roughly what the expected protein amount per serving is of her cannabis microgreens based off other stuff, and it's actually not a bad amount. So it is comparable. Pardon?
Can it be a protein replacement?
Yeah. Actually, you could, and actually, there's a few things that can be done with it that I've been looking at.
Right. Okay, that's interesting too, because it can be a protein, replacement, because we're going into plant-based, eating.
Well, it also so now there is hemp protein powder, okay,
right,
but it's hemp seed protein powder, and there's a difference, and there's a difference in the results of the nutrient testing of seeds versus the actual microgreens. Right. So there is things that you're going to see there are benefits in both of those as well, and it's such a versatile plant. I mean, the different ways you have it, you're going to get these
powder. You can use it as hemp flour. We grind the seed. It's like a wheat flour. Can you use it as a flour, like the hemp seed ground up flour?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For somebody living in the U.S., like microgreens, I'm just thinking of the hemp farm bill. And and the hemp seeds would, it's legal. So what, yeah.
Why don't you find it? Why
doesn't
make any sense to me? Is there not can you not buy hemp flour? I know you can buy hemp milk, right?
You can buy
the seeds,
right? They'll call it hemp protein, but it's basically hemp protein powder. It's all from the seed, though.
Right, I would call it flour, hemp flour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the seed.
Like replacement instead of wheat flour for people that are gluten and like celiac. That's huge.
Oh yeah, huge. Absolutely.
Right? Like I don't.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like Haley loves in anytime I make a drink for her of like with her she doesn't have a hemp protein powder, she has a regular protein powder,
Right.
but she likes when I throw hemp seed into any of her drinks with the protein powder.
Only because the sound that goes
because when you whip it bubbles.
It would mess me up and cause a seizure.
But the hemp seeds are so they're thick and they have the fat in it and they just kind of bind really well with it and turns it into a nice thick drink, like a smoothie, without even adding any extra fruit or anything, like literally oil, protein powder, and hemp seeds. And I could just, and that's a regular drink. Like if I'm adding in to one of her meals and I want to add and get her oils into her and stuff like that. And that's not even cannabis related, but that's like an example of how
because it's a combination of cannabis medicine and a keto diet and all kinds of variables that has taken this long to get her.
Yeah,
right?
It's all part. It's all part of the equation.
There was this is year 2 of no hospital.
Right.
Right.
Go.
Like
going out and seeing fireworks and going into a pub or a bar and having some fun. And
going into a bar, going into a club, the fireworks, going in a vehicle with just cushions, and now a shower. Like
amazing. That's
just over a year, and it continues. And she's not at full dosage yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the most incredible part is that she isn't even at full dosage. We still do see some issues but like we went from a 75 event a month where we needed to fix her, do medical intervention to stabilize her body. And not just seizures, but everything would go wacky, right? Down to 25 that didn't require any treatment, right? And so over the last year, I mean, it's never going to be perfect. Even when we think we got it perfect, we're probably not going to have it perfect. Okay? Your body metabolism, she has an extra active day, she's going to burn more fat. Those ketones are going to go up. We could have a bit more of a glucose drop. It's going to happen. But to get it more stabilized so that we're actually seeing more things going, she's had a reduction in her midazolam rescue drugs.
What's a reduction?
Nice.
Less. You don't take it as often now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I actually we have documentation from that because every time I got to go get a package of it from there, right? So that's all spaced out further, and there's these things that are just slowly kind of coming. And once we get her up to her full amount, it's very likely that we're going to knock out those last 25. And other than the odd issue, overexertion, illness, something like that, those are the only other times we're really going to see an issue.
Good. That's what you're working to, and you're well on your way.
Right?
Yeah. I'm also studying, investigating with catamenial seizures, keto diet, and with the raw cannabis together, and looking at that. And I actually, so we do finger blood testing, but I have her dietitian was able to acquire only 3 though of the continuous glucose monitors.
Right.
There is a continuous ketone monitor coming up, but it is not approved. It's still in its final. There's 2 companies doing it, Abbott and another one in Europe, but they're not out yet. But what we want, the idea is to get a long, full, complete thing. Watch where the dips are in it, because your body's going to change over time. But we want to look at, I want to see what those averages are.
Going to get those patches.
That's what I'm talking about. Is the ones with the little thing that goes on your arm, so I don't have to stick your finger.
Oh yeah.
So it'll give us a nice long view, and also.
Oh, you mean like the reader
for
this kind of thing for your glucose? Yeah, my friend that's got diabetes, she's got one of those. where it's like a rear, like can
Little disc. Little disc. It's got a little wee needle in it that pricks through your
Yeah.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just goes in their arm. Yeah, she's diabetic. She's got one. She's also got a pump that now she can actually distribute her insulin right into her arm without having to give herself needles continually too.
Oh, wicked.
And this is for diabetes, right? She's got diabetes.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so on one arm she wears her monitor to monitor her blood, and if she needs insulin, she does it on her phone because she's got another pod on the other arm that distributes her insulin now, and that's available.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
no,
available.
no needles, no nothing like that. Just nice and simple.
You change the tab, and you change the.
My mom was a diabetic. I grew up at like 5 years old being taught how to give insulin.
Yeah,
you know,
and badly.
Yeah.
No,
he had juvenile diabetes, and I remember that. That is so incredible. I think that is absolutely awesome.
Well, yeah, times has changed.
Yeah, that's something new. It's approved, right? It's approved in British Columbia for diabetics, right? And actually, she's on benefits because of her diabetes. So it's actually being paid for by the by the government too. So she doesn't have any. You know how everybody's saying, well, insulin, you need the finger sticks, and you have to be pricking your finger all the time, and that costs diabetics money and stuff. Well, now they've got the reader and the distributor, which takes out all the syringes, all the needles, all the extra finger strips, which cuts down on cost. And the government saying
hugely,
right? So they just themselves by having.
And the doctors can access those as well to check and stuff. I believe they can.
It's a prescription. She just has to get it distributed every 19 days. They said, and it arrives to her door.
Nice.
Right?
That's so much better.
Right?
So much better.
Check into that show, because if they've got that, that's easy, because you should be able to get that.
Haley, no, you know what? So with the medical keto diet, even though they do blood testing and all that, the same that they do with diabetes in order to monitor, because you're monitoring the glucose and ketone levels, it's not covered because it's keto. You have to actually be a diabetic. Okay. And I have appealed it, and I will be going for another appeal once we've got, because I've already got these.
Be a diabetic.
Huh? You're not a diabetic.
Why do you have to only be a diabetic?
Oh, because it's like, okay, they went, only if you have this condition, we'll help you with these things, because these people who have this condition have no choice. They have to have it.
They would
right?
They would
die. And way back, mostly ketones were tested, other than by if you go into get your blood taken at the lab. Other than that, a lot of people used to use urine tests, so they just pee on a stick. But those are not accurate. They're not at all.
It's not a common thing. That's why they don't have lots of them. And people don't.
Yeah. So now they're getting more into blood sticks. You know, probably eventually, in certain situations, it will start to cross over into that, because now it's become more.
Will help her. And I mean, if it's just a matter of it reads whatever you need for her, it's not like everybody and their dog is asking for it. You're asking for one to cover one person. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And it's not like you don't need it. You wouldn't be asking for it if you didn't need it. People don't just randomly ask for that stuff because they don't need it. It just makes me sad that you have to fight for it. Like, the hell?
Well, the hope is that when with this, I'll get a short little trial, because I believe it's 10 days or so for each one, and I've got 3 of them coming. So I'll get about a month, and I'm going to it gives us, it's very rough because it's only 1 month, right? Like, it's not much data, but it gives us an idea of how, what I'm looking at is how, if at meal time, ketones drop for women on keto when it's their cycle, around their cycle phase, right? So, and that is actually, it's across the board. It's something that's very common. Dietitians will let women know, hey, if you note that your ketones seem to drop around the time of your cycle in a certain phase, watch for that, and then just you take a fat bomb to kind of raise your ketones up. But if you know that it's coming because of your glucose, which may be more accurate than your cycle due to stress or whatever, but your actual hormone levels and your glucose may show signs before you actually hit it. And so you can actually prevent the seizures by beating it off beforehand, right?
No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's
That's my goal.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that men don't have
keep the levels level instead of going up and down, right?
Right, exactly. And I mean, I'm not saying they don't have hormones, but they don't, and they don't go like this wonky like ours do all month long. Whether doesn't matter, right? Like,
we're all over the place.
Don't wish it upon you, Al. Let's put it that way. We don't wish it upon you.
No, thanks.
Exactly.
All right.
I think with the cannabis, like it's, she's got more energy. She wants to do more stuff. There's a lot more engagement and stuff like that.
We're planning on going to the library maybe this week if it doesn't rain.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not too hot and not raining, we're going to the library this week. We don't have anything going on at the museum right now. I was checking it out. We'll
Plus,
wait.
I haven't been to the library in a while.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hit there. Go check some other things.
Right. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Try and enjoy the weather, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we can because I know around here, some of our trees are already changing color.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
There's
like it's going into fall.
How's it going into fall if it's summer?
I know.
Yeah, no,
yeah. Is not happy with us, and she's being all wonky, and she's giving us hot, cold. It's like it's gone from like being 40 above here to being like 10 degrees.
Oh yeah, it was 9 degrees over the weekend
crazy.
here, right?
It's just been I'm like 1 minute it's raining and it's thunderstorming, and then all of a sudden it's 35 degrees all in one day.
Oh my god!
You look outside, it's 45 degrees and it's fucking hot. This morning I went to work, I was wearing a sweater. I got off of work, it was like, holy god, it's 35 degrees.
I don't know if you can see the.
Oh wow, no, I can.
Pretty.
They're going
Yeah.
red.
Oh my god.
Already changing.
Are you sure that's not pine beetle?
And here we are in the middle of August, right?
Oh my gosh.
So stick around after we get off the air show so we can say goodbye. And I've got to go after quick because I got to go over and do some
likewise.
hair.
Alrighty. Well, talking about end of the show, we're there.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to say? Person, place, things, all that type of stuff.
Just eat your greens, man. Eat your greens.
Eat your greens.
On the show in like such short notice, I appreciate that I can just.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. I want to come say hello.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Love
Exactly.
But yeah, exactly. But again, eat your greens. But it's so amazing what that can do. But no, I don't have nothing.
Actually,
I'm not saying that not to use your other cannabis. I'm just saying make your greens part of your regular food that you have.
Yeah.
Right.
Make your diet. As the meme that's been going around on Facebook lately, it says about cannabis, and it has a quote from Dr. William Courtney, and it mentions about I knew I'd lose it. About it being like more of a dietary supplement instead of thinking of it
Dietary essential.
Yeah,
There you go.
Therapeutic dietary essential.
You betcha.
What's that?
Yeah,
that's
exactly
like a vitamin, like a supplement.
It should be sitting on the shelf next to tomatoes. It should be in the microgreens where you get your microgreens. And that's just opening the door for farmers markets all across Canada.
Yeah, really, because there's nothing about, just microgreens. Right?
I can throw them in a bag and, here you go. You don't know what kind? Oh, we'll tell you. These ones are, spinach.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah. And just, they don't like it's a whole new world to me, and I know that. So, all right. Other than that, just a reminder, we'll be back next week. And thanks to our sponsors, legacy420.com. Thanks, Haley. Thanks to Limestone City Hydroponics.ca, the suppliers of the microgreens, as well as the Campbellford Lifestyle Shop and at ease.ca. Plus, thanks to everybody who's tuned in. And as I said, Cheryl and Haley for coming in here on short notice. And it's always good to get caught up because last time we talked, I ended up creating a little video and movie that I released for Haley. So you just never know what's going to happen.
Awesome. I loved it.
This is what I'm working on the microgreen end of things, as trying to get more information on the microgreen.
Well, there'll be more stuff, more news coming up this fall.
Good. We look forward to it. We'll have to have you back on so you can fill us in on everything.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and good night. You gotta find the closing. Where to go? There it is. Talk to you shortly. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Let's share PACE everywhere. That way it can help create peace. People everywhere advocating cannabis education. You're listening to the PACE Radio Network here at paceradio.net.